sounds good.
Hang on. All right, I'm live. Have you got me on your end?
Well, let me bring the YouTube back up. Are you on the ATS Hudson one? Yep, I got you.
Got me?
Yep.
We're live?
Yep, you're live.
Okay.
Alrighty, thank you.
You bet. Did you have a website up?
Yeah, I did. I can bring it back up.
Okay. All right.
That's yours.
Yep. All right, we're ready to rock here, guys. Good afternoon. My name is Paul. I'm from Olson Carriers. We're a local end dump company in Rosemount, Minnesota. How many of you drivers want to be home every night? Quite a few of you. Great. Like I was explaining to the class over here before we got the video going, I was sitting in your position about a year and a half ago. I switched careers after 25 years. I got out of the hotel industry and decided to get into trucking, and here we are today. And I oversee the operations for OCI. I also am in a truck every single day. Fantastic company to work for. We're going to go over some of the qualifications of what we provide and what we need from you. So feel free to interject anytime during the class or the presentation, and I can answer some questions as well. And if you don't feel comfortable asking them in front of the class, I'll stick around for a little while afterwards and we can talk at that point. Olson Carriers has been operating in Rosemount since 1982, 37 years. We're on the third generation of Olson, operating OCI. We offer year-round work, flexible daytime hours. This time of the year, you're essentially able to set your own start time and your end time. We offer hourly pay for training, and then we go to a percentage of what we bill out on the load after that. Again, flexible daytime hours, manage your own hours, start when you want. This time of the year, we're preloaded today for tomorrow, so as soon as your 10-hour rest is over, you're able to pick up and start driving again. Say we're done at whatever time it is, say 1 o'clock this afternoon, we could essentially drive at 11 o'clock tonight after we had 10 hours of rest in between when we stopped driving, went off duty, and when we went back on duty again. Most of our drivers average about $1,100 a week. That's $55,000 a year right out of the chute, guys. Not too shabby for, putting a little time and effort into a new career. I'm assuming this would be a second career for most everybody in the room. Is that correct? Yeah. We have a fleet of about 40 trucks, 2014 or newer Peterbilt, Freightliners, and Volvos. 2014s are actually sliding as we speak, so we're going to be 2016 or newer, and in just a matter of a couple months. We drive end-up trailers, and you can see by the picture that I have up on our website, our 40-foot trailers go about 38 feet in the air, so it's a pretty unique operation. I think I actually have this tractor parked outside right now that everybody in Hudson got to see when I pulled up today. Hopefully they didn't laugh at my backing as I was turning around. But end-up trailers, so we deliver dry bulk commodities, so rock, dirt, sand, gravel. If you get to work in the wintertime, there's a pretty good chance the salt that you're driving on came through one of our boxes at one point in time. We do direct transfers off of barges. I think we have a picture of that. Yep, so here they're loading us right off of a barge. You can see our truck down in the bottom right here. They're having that big clam pull out of the barge. They swing it over and we load off of the gauges inside the cab. Pretty unique job. We get to go into a lot of cool places, a lot of places that people don't usually get to go and see. We have full service repair shop on site. We also have fuel and def on site as well, so you never have to put it on your own card. Every cab's equipped with a with a quick trip fuel card, so everybody has their own individual PIN number, so we can fuel on the road, get DEF on the road. And we also offer a lease to own program. One of the students here in Hudson has a friend that's doing a lease to own right now with us. He's couldn't be here today because he's out busy making money. So job duties requirements for OCI. We're seeking out safe equipment operators of semis and end-dump trailers. It's great that you can drive. It's great that you know what you're doing, but if you don't do it in a safe way, there's no room for you at our company. Again, we deliver dry bulk commodities, sand, aggregate, salt, coal, slag, petroleum coke. We carry materials that keep all of us safe and comfortable. Petroleum coke and coal, as you know, is burned to create energy, to create power and electricity. So we deliver commodities that you take for granted on a daily basis when you turn your light switch on. You know, like I said, when you get to work in the wintertime and you don't go into the ditch because there's salt on the road. So we do a lot of really neat things that keep America going here. Most of our drivers put on between 400 and 600 miles a day. Furthest run that we have is down to Davenport, Iowa for day cabs. We go out to Manitowoc, Wisconsin, which is just southeast of Green Bay. We're up in Superior, Wisconsin, Eveleth, Minnesota. Every single day we go down to Red Wing. We deliver about a third of the state's salt. Right now there's over 300,000 tons sitting down in South St. Paul that we have to move, and we've got little under 100,000 tons to move in the next 60 days. So we're busy and we're looking for drivers. Basically, you're home every night. Weekend work is available for volunteers. We don't require everybody to work every weekend, but it is an option. I'm out there with our drivers every Saturday moving loads. Gives me an opportunity to mix in with the guys. They see that I'm out there doing exactly what they're doing, and that helps everybody in the company. I've been to every location that we go to. So if we have new drivers that get stuck or don't know exactly what to do, they can pick up the phone and call me. I don't leave my phone in the truck like you did now. They can call me and I can work them through any scenario. I've got all the contacts that we deliver to and the customers that we talk to on a daily basis, so I can let them know what they're encountering, what they're experiencing, what's going on. When I was sitting in the same position as you guys are right now, my concern was after school, what am I going to do? There isn't a lot of local companies out there that are going to have you home every night and that you're going to make decent money at. Found that the pool was very shallow when I was getting ready to get my CDL. And I started doing my homework and looking at all the other carriers. I sat through presentations like this. Just so you know, I'm not a professional recruiter. I'm just up here running my mouth and telling you guys what is important to me and what was important to me. But as I was sitting and listening to some of these presentations, they just weren't a good fit for me. I have a house in St. Paul, and I got boxers sitting at home waiting for me to get home every night. They kind of like to eat and go for walks and have snuggles and slobbers and all that kind of stuff. So I needed to be home every night. I couldn't have, 280-pound boxers sitting in my cab with me on a daily basis. So, I needed to be home. There's a lot of companies out there that are going to take advantage of, the naivety and the newness and, not knowing the industry, things of that nature. I'm a no-nonsense guy. I'm going to tell you how it is. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm going to look you square in the eye and give you the honest truth. That's just who I am and what I do. And that's kind of the integrity of the company that we work for as well. We care about our drivers. I know and talk to each and every one of my drivers almost on a daily basis or multiple times a day in some cases. But anyways, getting back to that Saturday work, went off on a tangent on. I kind of saw that as a tuition reimbursement for myself because, some of these bigger carriers, they've got people that are dedicated just to come in and recruit for you and to get you here because they have a quota that they need to land every month to keep their machine going. They're going to tell you this, tell you that. They're going to have tuition reimbursement programs. They're going to have, lots of things that they're going to offer you, but they're not going to just hand you a briefcase full of money. They're going to spread that tuition reimbursement over 6 months, a year, 2 years, depends on the situation. I know when I was looking at different local companies, there wasn't ever a guarantee that I was going to be home every night. It could take a run out to North Dakota and switch a trailer and then say, oh, sorry, you're going to stay in Minot tonight, or you're not getting home. OCI isn't going to do that to you. We have all of the lanes that we have set up for day cabs. So even if something were to come up, you blow a steer, you need a tire, if something happens, we have multiple drivers going in the same lane, so you can jump in with another tractor, another driver, make it home. If you run out of hours, I'll jump in my pickup and I'll drive down to wherever you are, pick you up, and I'll drive your tractor home, and you can take my pickup for a spin. I've done that on several occasions, and that's just kind of how I'd want to be treated if it were me, that were broke down on the side of the road. But again, tuition reimbursement, we don't offer that, but we will offer you as much money as you want to earn working for us. You can work 70 hours in 8 days. And we have guys that are doing 70 hours in 8 days, and their average salary for our drivers is $55,000 a year. They're nosing into the early 70s, mid 70s. So, if you want to get after it, you want to put in the time, and you want to get the experience, we're not going to hold you back from that. Like I said, I do the dispatching, and I'm out there driving, and I understand. I like heavy metal. So if I want to go to a show on a Tuesday night and I want to be there, when the doors open at 6, that means I got to be parked in the yard by 4 o'clock so I can get home, get showered, get cleaned up, take an Uber to the venue. I can do that and still work a full day based on my dispatcher understanding, hey, I need to be done in the yard by 4 o'clock this afternoon. Okay, well, I'll dispatch you here on Wednesday so you can be home Wednesday night, so you can start Thursday morning at this time so you can be home for your show or whatever. So we're going to work with you to make sure that you're able to go out and have dinner with your significant other, go to shows, take time off, whatnot. But as long as you want to work and you have the hours, we're gonna allow you to work as much as you want to do. We have medical, full medical, dental. That's all through Health Partners. That's effective after 60 days. You get paid time off, and paid holidays after 6 months, and you get vacation after a year. We pay 75% of the driver's premium. So that's, I'm in my early 40s, and I think I pay, less than $60 every 2 weeks out of my paycheck. To give you an example of where we're at with that. One of the biggest things that OCI has to offer for our drivers is our 401k program. It's a 3-tiered approach. It's 401k, cash balance, and profit sharing. Last year's payout to all of our company drivers that worked with us and were eligible and qualified, 8.25% was paid to the driver. I don't know if you guys are familiar with 401k programs or whatnot from your previous jobs or whatnot. But when a company offers you a 401k, they're essentially giving you free money. Why not take advantage of that? The way that OCI is set up, you don't have to take any deduction out of your paycheck to qualify for it. You just have to have the years of service. So after 1 year of employment with Olson Carriers, you qualify for the 401k program. Managing hotels throughout the country for the last 25 years. I think the biggest contribution I ever had was 4.5% through Hyatt, and that was only if I put in 4.5%, that they would match up to 4.5% dollar for dollar. You don't have to put anything into your 401k program, and Olson Carriers last year put in 8.25%. So if you think about that, 8.25% of $55,000, that's a pretty hefty chunk. Now, if you self-contribute and you put in, say, 4.75%, now you're looking at, 13-14% of your gross income. At $55,000, you're probably looking at like $6,300 in a savings account for you, either when you leave the company or when you retire. That's per year. So we're, like I said, a small mom and pop shop that care about our drivers. We've got brand new equipment. We've got several 2019s that are rolling around the roads of Minnesota, Wisconsin, and Iowa right now. Brand new trailers. We've got more coming in, more trailers and tractors coming in. So I guess I'm done with my spiel. If you guys have questions, raise your hands and I'll do my best to answer them. Yes, sir.
What kind of endorsement do you need?
You need to have your Class A license. I personally have my doubles, triples, tankers, and hazmat. I look at, coming to school here, you're learning and you have the tools to get your endorsements, to get your license, to get your Class A. I don't have an automatic restriction on mine, so I test it out in the manual. The way I look at it is that nobody can ever take away your education. So as long as you're here, you might as well go for the gusto. I think Bill will mention it if he hasn't already. The more endorsements and the less restrictions you have on a resume, the more employable you're going to be for a potential employer. We don't require any endorsements. We only have 2 pedals in the majority of our trucks, so you don't have to have that manual. You don't necessarily need to have that automatic restriction on your license, but it doesn't. I mean, this is your first job. What about your second, your third, 5 years down the line? Do you want to go through and re-road test and go through all that rigmarole again, just so you can have that endorsement removed or that restriction removed from your license? I sure didn't want to do that, but I've been driving manual since I was, 6 years old. So that was easy and a no-brainer for me. But you're going to school, you're investing in yourself, right? So you might as well go out and get all the endorsements that you can. I think they're like $1.50 or $2. They were in the state of Minnesota anyways to take the tests and get the endorsement. The hazmat was a little bit more. There's a little bit more to it. You got to go through and get a background check and all that happy horse shit. Oh, sorry guys. Good question though. Yes, sir, in the back. You're gonna have to speak up. I got this air conditioner over here. Maybe you're gonna get shot for turning it off.
Okay.
There we go.
From the company perspective, driving record, background checks, things of that nature, how y'all do that?
Well, everybody's got a background and a history, right? We take that on a case-by-case basis. Driving record, however, I mean, that's going to be something that you're doing this for a living, right? I mean, you're going to be driving down the road. You don't want to have DUIs and reckless drivings. Those would be the big 2 that we don't want to see on your record. But, everybody gets a speeding ticket in their lifetime or a parking ticket or gets involved in an accident or something to that effect. But when it comes down to whether you're employable or not, it comes down to insurance. So what we'll do, should you want to proceed, we would check with our insurance company to make sure that you're employable. And we've got people with records. I mean, it's the industry, guys. It's not like any of us are angels. I don't have any wings on my back. More questions. Come on. There we go.
Any kind of training or orientation once you get a position?
Well, there's steps to getting a position first of all. So I've got applications with me. So if you guys want to fill out an application, I can give that to you today. We'll go through your application. We'll take a copy once you have your CDL. We'll take a picture of your license and your medical card. You guys all got your medical card now?
Not yet.
No? Okay. Well, that's key. You're going to have one of those. So we'll take a copy of your driver's license, medical card, look through your background, and then we'll check with the insurance company to see if you're insurable. If you are, then you'll schedule a test drive with me. I'll sit shotgun and hold on for dear life while you take me around, the Twin Cities, and hopefully I don't tell you to pull over and stop and give me the keys. It hasn't happened yet, but I've been damn close. But in all seriousness, we'll go on a test drive. I'll show you how to lift the box, the steps that we go through, show you the yard, kind of see, how we're laid out, what we do, how we do it. If you get through the road test and we make it out unscathed and we have, all 18 wheels still attached to the combination, we'll send you off for a drug test. Should you pass that test and we offer you the position, then we would set up a start date. So on day one, you're assigned your own tractor and trailer. You work with a trainer at an hourly rate of $17 an hour for a week to 2 weeks. If it takes over 2 weeks, folks, we're probably in the wrong industry. Going through school here, you're learning how to go forwards and backwards, right? So we're not there to train you how to drive. We're not training you how to hold a steering wheel. We're training you how to operate an end-up trailer, how to get loaded, how to unload, do that safely and effectively. Once we get that down, generally within a week to 2 weeks, then we're going to turn you on your own. Without driving experience, you're going to start out at 25% of the billable load. You're going to work at that rate for 60 days. After 60 days, you're going to go to 26% for another 60 days. So after 120 days, you're at 27%. And that is what we base off that 55 grand a year off of. So you'll incrementally step up as you proceed and you progress, and things become more automatic. I didn't learn this overnight. It took me, about a week and a half to really show my trainer that I was able to do it on my own. And that's what we're looking for. Our trainers have been with OCI for a number of years. They've got years and years of driving experience. And once you can demonstrate and show them that you know what you're doing, and you're able to do it on your own without coaching, counseling, or major flubs, then he's going to say, hey, Paul, we're going to end training. We're going to sign off on them, and you're going to be on your own. Then you start out at 25% for 60 days, work your progression through 120 days, and then be at 27%, which is scale for the company. Good question. I should have covered that. Yes, sir.
You mean the 55 is the exact amount for the first year? You mentioned 55,000, right? So is it the exact amount for the first year?
Well, I mean, it's ballpark. Like I said earlier, it's how much you're going to put into it is what you're going to get out of it. You might make 60. You might make 65. I mean, it depends. I mean, if you want to work and you want to put in the hours and put the miles behind you, the sky's the limit as far as what you want to earn. The highest grossing earner in the company right now isn't one of those sleepers that's parked outside right now. It's a day cab, a guy that runs his little wheels off every single day, 6 days a week, and puts in the time and drives. And he's safe, he's good, but he's a go-getter. He doesn't want to, he doesn't want to go on a short little run. He wants the longer runs because they pay the best, and he wants to do it as much as he can on a daily basis. So if you break down 70 hours, you got 6 days to do it. You're running about 12 hours a day. So that's what you're getting in the industry to do, right? Is drive and put in hours and do all that. You're going to learn that you can drive for 11 hours a day. You can work for 14 hours a day, and you have to have 10 hours off in a 24-hour time period. After your 10 hours is up, you can, again, drive for 11 hours. You have to take an 8-hour break within that first 11 hours. You have to take a 30-minute break within the first 8 hours, but you can drive for 11, work for 14, you're off for 10. And you can work 70 hours in 8 days. You need to have a 34-hour reset before you can recycle for the next week. We've got guys that they're hard after it. They want to make money. They want to, drive. I mean, you come out to our yard. I mean, we got brand new Teslas. We got brand new lifted pickups. We've got Camaros. We've got Mustangs. We got brand new Harleys. Our guys aren't slouches. I mean, they're driving nice vehicles, and they're earning a decent income, and they have a nice solid life. You're not going to make $1 million a year, but you're going to be comfortable. Any more questions, guys? No? All right. Yeah.
How did you base the salary? Is it the amount of the person drives or the hours?
Well, it's the commodities and the length of the hauls that you go on. So you're getting paid on a percentage of the load. So you're paid 27% of what we bill our customers. So that covers our, we buy all of our tractors and our trailers with cash. We're not financing anything. So we're paying ourselves back for the depreciation and the use of the vehicle. We're paying for DEF, we're paying for fuel, we're paying for tires, we're paying for oil changes. All that is coming out. And, we're not a brand new, big, lavish building. We're an old barn that's converted into an office sitting on the side of 52 in Rosemount. Our overhead isn't in the building and isn't in the offices or the technology. We have enough, to make us comfortable at work. But we invest and reinvest in our equipment, and our drivers, and the techs in our shop, and the service that we provide on our trucks. So we're spending the money on investment of the future, and based off of what you drive 400 to 600 miles a day, 5 days a week, you do that consistently, you're going to bring home at least $1,100 a week. Times it by 52 plus, everything else, you're at $55,000 a year. So that's on average. We've got right now 33 drivers on staff, plus me, plus our owner, his father, our head technician. So we've got about 40 drivers that we have within our company that can go out and do what I'm doing today, is bringing the load over to Roberts, Wisconsin. Based on all of those 40 drivers' salaries, you divide that by the number of hours worked, and that's where we come up with where we get our salary from. That makes sense to you? Yes. Okay. Yes, sir, in the back.
How's the lease purchase guy doing?
How's he doing?
He's doing okay. He's doing okay.
Well, he's driving a brand new Bighorn, a used Bighorn Ram pickup. He's got his mom a brand new, another used Challenger. But he's doing good. I don't suggest that right out of the chute for you guys. You need to learn what you need to do to run, what you need to do when you're operating it, how to budget your money, how to save for tires. I mean,
he's been driving since he was 18, and he's now 39. I think.
Yeah, but this is what, his fourth or fifth go around with owner op. Yeah,
I don't know.
I think it's his
Could
fourth
be.
time. Not with OCI, but
No,
with other companies.
other companies.
Yep. But there's a lot that goes into it. Nice thing about OCI, you blow a steer, you pick up the phone and say, hey, Paul, I'm outside of Green Bay, Wisconsin. All right, well, I'll get a truck over there in 45 minutes. We'll put a new steer on it. You'll be on your way. Owner operator blows the steer. He's got to figure out, okay, where do I call? I got to pay for a roadside. I got to pay for a tire. I got to pay for a rim. I got to pay for the service. It's, an hourly rate. So that $250 steer that he bought, it's going to cost him about $800, $900 when it's all done and said. Now, if the money's great, don't get me wrong. The money is there. There's, you're going to make $3-4+ grand a week. That's your take home after your lease and your expenditures and things that you have to pay back, the lease on the trailer, all that kind of stuff. The money's there, but if you're going out there and making it rain every night, you're not going to be in the business very long. So until you get, a year or two behind you, I wouldn't even be, that wouldn't even be on my radar. But they do make good money. We've got trucks available for lease purchase right now. We'd love to take your money. We book your loads. You run for us. You can live a very nice lifestyle by doing a lease purchase. But I've been in the industry a little over a year, and I'm still learning stuff every single day.
Escrow accounts?
There's escrow accounts. Yep. And you have to carry your own insurance. You have to have, work comp insurance, liability insurance, auto insurance, glass. I mean, there's a lot of things that go into it, but, you look at the cabs that are driving by on the highway, a lot of them are owner ops. I mean, there's ways to make it happen.
You have to be good at budgeting.
Yep,
Make
absolutely.
sure you're going to save what you need to save just in case something does go wrong.
Oh yeah, because it will go wrong. There's no doubt about that. All right, well, I've got some applications, some handouts, some business cards up here. You guys want to come back out and look at the tractor, walk through it, walk around it? I can kind of explain, what we're doing. I don't know when you're picking back up on class. It's 1 o'clock right now. I'm assuming that you're gonna want to get back to your curriculum. So thanks for hearing me out. And again, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask me while I'm here. Grab one of my cards if you feel like coming down to OCI. I'm generally in the office 8 to 5, but like I said earlier, I'm out in the truck most every single day. So give me a call, let me know when you're coming, and I'll make sure I'm available for you. All right. Thank you, guys. Good luck.
All right, everybody, let's take like a 10-minute break, and then we'll be back talking about the actual testing Excel.